a hard time, and that itself was when, from that issue itself, came out that they're going to do well, that they're going to save, they're going to be. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
I was like, it's only when you're like in that bad place where you say, that's it. No more just throwing away the money. I'm going to control it. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to get myself out of debt and stay out and keep getting better and better. So that's like in the person's mind. I'm like, I don't know what this email, I don't know what it is, but they made it sound like the more debt you have, we're going to teach you how to like turn it around. So comes from Nachman, it's the same thing. When I'm feeling overwhelmed by the things that are hitting me, because it's a very similar feeling for those who care, for those who feel that it's important to be connected to Torah, who want to be connected, and feel that's an essential part of who they are. And all of a sudden there are all of these tormenting feelings that are not allowing them, that are putting them in great pain and great darkness. It's a psychic darkness. Nachman says that's the place where that person begins to say, I'm going to put myself in control. Which is really the God in me. That principle of what is divine, what is holy, what is right for me to do. And create a new light, to create a new spiritual wealth. And that's the second level of the Torah. It's not just being overwhelmed by your Yetzer Hara, but it's that realization that, no, I can overcome my obstacles. I can transform the pain in my life. I can go beyond the things that are putting me down and not allowing me to be who I want to really be.
It's very Hasidut, right?
It's very of Nachman, very Hasidut, and of Nachman in particular. And he says that is a way and it could be either internal or external, meaning the way you're looking at the world, and there's one way to look at the world that's like, like laughing at your spiritual path, like it's nothing, it's meaningless. And at that moment, instead of just giving into it, because sometimes you have a cynical person and you just kind of lose your own spiritual way and let them take over and let them laugh at you and just become like nothing. At the moment that you decide, no. So then your letters of the Torah all of a sudden come out. That's the metaphor for the letters of the Torah. The letters of the Torah aren't always the obvious letters. There's the good days and the bad days. But the good days are the obviously good days. The bad days are the days that we transform and make the letters of whatever it is that could have knocked us out make us better, make us stronger. They both have Torah. They both have letters. The Zohar says that if somebody overcomes their Yetzer Hara, their evil inclination, they're like an angel. And somebody who overcomes their evil inclination is like an angel. What? But at that moment, because at that moment they're not evil, right? At the moment that they overcame when they were struggling, or they fell or might have fallen, they're not an angel. They're very much a human. But at the moment of overcoming the inclination to do something wrong, they become an angel, because at that moment they've gone out of the realm of struggling, or even if you are still struggling, but the fact that you overcame something, you become like an angel, and you get to listen to God's word, which means what? That there's a level of Torah that up until now you weren't able to hear. The idea is that there's a Torah that you can hear, and there's a Torah that you can't hear, just like an angel. Like, what does it mean to become an angel? It's very simple. Nachman explains what it means to become an angel. For example, let's say I have a problem with food, and after I've eaten a really nice, healthy dinner, I can't sit at a table with potato chips and not eat it until the whole bag is. See, I started the bag. That's what I'm talking about. Help me, because if you don't help me, I'm going to eat the whole bag. Let's say I have that problem, right? That is where I am in life. I'm struggling with food issues.
Value.
It could be even worse. But let's just keep it like with potato chips. Keep it simple.
Rabbis always talk about food issues. Keep it clean.
Yeah.
So now, so here you have like this. You have issues with potato chips. You can't control your desire. You can't stop yourself. Well, there's an ad for potato chips that says,
Can't eat just one.
you can't eat just one. Okay. Problem. Let's say I go to my nutritionist or my therapist or my doctor. Okay? A couple months ago I go to a doctor, my new doctor, and he basically says, Rabbi, you got a problem here. You got to lose weight. You got to be careful with the diet. That talk, I don't want to go into it, it's too private, but there's my grandfather and my great uncle and my great grandfather, they had heart disease.
Wow.
They died of whatever. I don't want to get into it. But the bottom line is the doctor scared me. So let's say I had the challenge of the potato chip. I had the Yetzer Hara. The potato chip was overcoming me. It was almost impossible to overcome my temptation for eating them. After the doctor spoke to me, I was cured. At least for the next, the next month, I was like really careful. Okay, I don't want to talk about what happened after the month, but the idea is, Nachman says, when you were in the middle of a struggle, and then something happened to you, you had a new insight, you recalibrated something about your relationship with whatever it was, and you changed, you became like an angel for that thing, because when you're struggling, the struggle is to be human. To overcome the struggle is to be an angel.
Wow.
So Rabbi Nachman is saying the higher we go in our lives, the more areas we're like angels. And the idea, the goal is to transform ourselves in more and more areas. They're not a struggle anymore. Somebody who had a rough temper, that they would punch somebody who they felt insulted them, and then they learned. Maybe they became a parent, or they became something changed, that they became more responsible, not to just lash out with physical abuse at anybody who gets them upset. Now they may still get upset and have a sharp tongue, but at least they've overcome so we're always trying to overcome whatever it is that's kind of what our issues are, what our struggles are, and get to a level where we've left that behind, at least for now. The problems can always come back. So Rabbi Nachman says the following. Rabbi Nachman says that you overcome a level, you become like an angel a little bit. Then you get Torah. There's also a level of Torah that's always above. There's a Torah that's within you, and the Torah that's above you. Let me explain a little bit about the Torah that's above you. Sometimes you hear a teaching, you don't get it. It either seems wrong, or it doesn't do anything. It's like irrelevant. And then something will happen to you. You will grow somehow in your life, and all of a sudden that Torah will make sense, become relevant. Why? Because before you did the inner work, that Torah wasn't shaykh to you. That Torah had no real connection to you. It was above you. It wasn't in your life. But because you went through something,
everything makes sense.
Yeah. It's like we know in this shul, one of the most important things that we're trying to learn and give over is the idea